Yo, what's up YouTube? My name is Chisha Zed, and I'm back in here with another video for you. As always, peace, positivity, self-awareness, and motivation. Guys, hit that like button, man. You know what's up. Hit that like button. Show your boys some love before we get into this video. Let's get it. What's up, man? Today's video comes from TikTok. Guys, I'm not going to say much about it. We're just going to get into this topic without any further ado. Let's get it.
I get really confused when people tell women to cover up and leave something to the imagination. Whose imagination? Why should women be dressing with the aim to leave something to the imagination? Do men not hear how creepy this sounds? If I expose certain parts of my body, you imagine me in bed with you. If we cover up too, you imagine what we look like beneath those clothes. So covered up or not covered up, either way, you're still sexually objectifying us. My sisters, live your life, okay? Dress because you feel good in the clothes, because you feel comfortable, and because you can afford the clothes. Because these men, they are sick.
So guys, right there we have this lady who basically saying like, why is it that when people talk about women dressing too provocatively, they say you should leave some things to the imagination, right? The imagination of the man. You know what? To be honest, I've never actually thought of the way that's actually said. When they say leave it up to the imagination, they're talking about men, right? The saying goes, you don't want to show too much skin so that when a man sees you, you can leave some things up to the man's imagination. Now, to no surprise, modern women, of course, have a big problem with men finding women sexually attractive, right? I truly believe modern women today sincerely do not like who men are at the biological level. Men are visual creatures. Yes, a man can look at you and picture how you look like without clothes. That's just it's just what men do. This is not something that you can somehow, people say, oh, this is programming. We can train men to not be objectifying to women. There was a study done, as a scientific study. And I remember first hearing about this on Rollo Tomas's channel. But they did a study where they looked at a man's brain when he sees a woman for the first time, right? A woman that he's attracted to. And most women in general. And they found out that in the brain, the same part that lights up when a man sees a tool is the same part that lights up when a man looks at a woman. As in, a man initially sees a woman in parts, right? The study showed that when a man sees a woman for the first time, he doesn't look at her like, oh, this is a woman, as a whole person, as bad as it may sound. I know it sounds terrible, but you know this to be true if you are a man, right? When you see a woman, your eyes go to certain places. So is that wrong? Is that bad? I don't know. I didn't create us, right? So you can't blame men for being that way. Yes, men are visual creatures. Men can tell a woman who has a nice body, whether you're fully dressed or you're not. And in today's society, you're now labeled a creep, right? When in reality, that's just primal instincts coming out. Now, whether you choose to act on that, that's a whole different discussion. Right. I know people can say, well, that's why men do this and that and that. Okay, that's a whole different discussion. But what I'm saying is men are visual creatures. And we've got a lot of women out here who don't like men for who they are. Right. And that type of mindset has given birth to things like the Me Too movement and a lot of other movements out there that have made it difficult for men to truly express themselves. And when I say express themselves, we all know that it's no secret that women today are not getting approached nearly as much as they used to in the past. I'll talk to female friends of mine, man. They'll say things like, you know what? I don't get approached that much. And I'd say, I believe you. I believe you don't get approached. Why? Because most men know that approaching a woman today is seen as creepy. Right? If you're walking and you find a woman attractive, even just looking at a woman for too long, man, you may not know what she can accuse you of in that instance. Listen, you're not a creep for finding a woman's body attractive, right? I'm not talking about being thirsty, right? Don't be out here being thirsty, chasing women. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about looking at a woman, finding her attractive. It's going to happen. And the truth is, no matter how much women don't like that men are that visual, that men are just visual creatures, it won't change the fact that they just are. They just are. And women like to say, dress for yourselves. Most women don't dress for themselves. Women dress for male validation. Most of these women out here dress for men's validation. Go on any platform, Instagram, TikTok. You want to know why they do those dances, right? Why they do those very, very sexual dances in those TikTok videos? It's for men. They're not doing that for women. They know what sells. They know that if they get on there and they do those dances, they'll get more likes. The same way that I know if I talk about butts and cheeks in my video, then that video all of a sudden gets a little bit more attention. Are men wrong for enjoying those things? No, they're men, right? Men love women. Men want to bust cheeks every second of the day. If we could do it every second of the day, we would. No, but really, there's like this movement of like, oh no, men are terrible people. They're so objectifying to women. Women objectify men financially all the time. All the time. We don't talk about it. But we're never going to change that about women. Why? Because we know what that is. That's hypergamy, right? She wants your resources. The better you do, the more women will flock to you. It's just what it is. The same way, the more stacked that body is, oh yeah, the more men are going to holler, the more men are going to approach you, the more men are going to look. Plain and simple, and it will never change. Until maybe, well, now I don't know, man. They might come up with some type of crazy law of like, you can't, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. They might come up with some crazy law of like, you cannot approach women anymore in the whole nation, right? The whole country. Like, no more approaching women unless if they're on a dating app or whatever, right? I can see that happening, especially the direction that like our society is going. Until that happens, men won't approach, but hey, they'll still be thinking it, right? They're still thinking. Why? And that's not going to solve anything. If anything, I think that's going to make things worse. And the crazy thing, man, is the same women that will complain about men objectifying them, see those women in the club and look at what they're wearing. They're not going there in sweatpants, right? And sweaters. They're not going there in freaking raincoats and peacoats. They're in the club in the smallest dresses they could find, the tallest heels they could find, showing the most cleavage, and out there. Why? Because they know that that's a great mating strategy to attract men at the club. And you know, that's the worst place to get at women, because most women at the club just want attention. See, that same woman, if you catch her at a grocery store, at the gas station, she'll be more receptive. But they want that validation. They want that attention. It's such a backwards thing, man. Those same women who complain and say men are so objectifying, they'll be the same women at the club in the short skirts, and they'll say, no, I'm wearing this for me. No, you're not. You're wearing that for male attention. You're wearing that for male validation, right? That's what it is. But anyways, guys, I'm curious to know your take on this specific topic. Let me know what you think down below. And as always, if you did not hit that like button earlier, hit it now. Show the channel some love. I appreciate you all. Until next time, Chishizel, I'm out. Peace.
I'm a walking Liberty Bell. Freedom ring through my stride. Freedom to be inside and be a slave to my pride. And right away it is scream. Man, this love's so serene. I should probably shake it up just a little bit.